Hi there. I hope you're all doing well. I just finished a yoga class with my yoga teacher because although I'm a yoga teacher, I still feel that all teachers need teachers, right? Because why? There's a couple of reasons. Number one, to hold you accountable. Number two, that you really get that whole 1 hour class of like working out because I'll be honest, when I do my own practice on my own and no one's watching me, it's, instead of holding a pose for like 20 counts, I'm holding it for 10. And I don't know if I'm just the only one. Like, let me know in the comments if whatever you do on your own, you tend to not do it like seriously or properly, and you're always distracted. So for me, it's the best investment. I always have a yoga teacher. So I just finished a class now, and my teacher is in India, so we do it through Zoom. He's just amazing. I've been with him for like, I don't know, like I would say like 5 years, 6 years now. But anyway, I just finished my session, and I thought I'd come up here because I wanted to let you know things about what works for me when I do my yoga class, right? So first of all, I love waking up really early because I don't know, I just feel like there's something magical about waking up when everybody's asleep. So I like to wake up sunrise. I wake up, my alarm rings at 5 a.m. I don't get out of bed at 5 a.m., but it's like, the first warning, the first like, hello, wake up, it's time to wake up. I get out of bed like, let's say 5:30. And then I do a little bit of stretches while I'm in bed. And then I have a glass of water that's on my bedside table. And then I go to the bathroom, I freshen up, do whatever I need to do, and then put my oils on, clean my face. And then I go down and take Milo out, my dog, for his walk. And then finish that so that when we're back home, he's going to sleep. I'm going to show you. He's asleep right now because while I was doing my yoga class, he is here with me. So if you can see him, he's over there. And let me show you, I have another visitor here. Okay, let me show you where she is. And this is Sage. So she's right here behind the camera. Where are we? Yeah, you're back. So yeah, those who have pets know, like whenever you're doing any kind of workout, they all just want to come and just stare at you, which is fine. It's beautiful. Like, I love their energy. Anyway, so while I was doing my yoga, it was perfect. Sun is shining. I've done my walk, well, my little walk with Milo. I like to always, after my session, grab a crystal. Like, I have a huge collection of crystals because that is a passion of mine. I see what's calling me, and today this Labradorite was calling me. Just look how beautiful she is. Look at, you can see in the sunlight, look at the blues. Oh, isn't she just gorgeous? Look at it. Oh, look at her shining. Anyway, so I love holding her. And I just sit like after class, and I just sit, close my eyes, and just like take a moment, breathe, try not to think of anything. And if I do think of anything, I just like go back. I don't tell myself, like there was a time before when I try and meditate and a thought comes to my head, and then I get frustrated, and then I say, no, don't think of that, don't think of anything, which is impossible. It's impossible not to think of anything. So I really changed the way I meditate. I just sit comfortably, and it's always, I find it now so much easier to meditate after doing a yoga class because I don't feel achy, like it doesn't hurt me when I sit for too long, because everything's already opened up and relaxed. So, so how I meditate, I just sit, I grab any crystal in my hand, either one like that, or I grab two and I keep in my hand, and I just close my eyes, take a few breaths, and then just be. And if a thought does come into my mind, and not if, they do, if a thought comes, when a thought comes into my mind, I just like try not to entertain it, like if, for example, you get a thought and saying like, oh, did I call her? And then I'll say, oh, maybe I'll do it after, or what did she say last time? Like, am I remembering correctly? So instead of having that whole conversation, as soon as the first question or thought comes into my mind, I will just go back and I'll say, oh, okay, that's happening. So I go back and focus on my breath. So I will say, wait, let's go back to my breath. Inhale, belly goes up. Exhale, belly goes down. And I just keep doing that. And then again, when the next thought comes in, again, I realize it's chatter in my mind. So again, I go back to my breath. So it takes time, it takes practice, but it's beautiful. And you can do that for like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. But definitely recommend you do it after stretching out, working out, or anything, so your body is relaxed and it won't hurt you sitting for like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, right? So I just hold my crystal ball. Another thing I like to do when I meditate is I like to use some oils. So see what oil gives you calmness and just makes you feel so good and relaxed. You can use lavender oil. I like to use this oil called cedar wood, because I don't know why, but like whenever I put like a drop in my palm and rub my palms together, it reminds me, this is where it takes me, okay? Cedar wood takes me to a day I'm walking in the forest and it's rained already. It's not raining now, it's already rained. And you know the smell of like rainwater on fresh wood and like the green and the grass, and it's just, that's where it takes me, okay, when I did that. And I also have this other essential oil blend called Balance. It also smells really amazing. So I love using those two, and I put it in my pulse points, behind my ears, on my wrist, and just inhale. Oh, and it's just, it really, like, what can I say, like it opens up the space for you to meditate, right? And I know everybody, like so many people are scared of meditating, or they keep saying, I don't know how to meditate. I understand, because I was like that too. So I try not to overcomplicate it. You know, like for me, what works for me is like, some people do it as soon as they wake up. They can do it in bed because, you know, they're relaxed. I've tried that. It doesn't work for me because I feel like I'm still stiff from like sleeping for those hours. What's worked for me is always after a yoga session or a workout, I can meditate. You can also meditate while walking, like, you know, you just go for a walk in the evening or in the morning with nature. That's also meditation. Meditation is like, you know, you're looking at the trees, you're looking at the birds, you're noticing what's happening. You're not entertaining those chit-chatter thoughts in your mind, but you're focusing on the present, right? So that's also meditation. Another form of meditation could be artwork, like while you're painting. So I recently started painting, and that also for me is a form of meditation, because while I'm painting, it's very hard to have thoughts about other things because you're focusing, right? Also when I'm cooking, when I'm baking, I feel it's a form of meditation too, because like I'm really focused on what I'm doing. So tell me what works for you. Like, what's your experience with meditation? What has worked for you? Have you tried meditation and it hasn't worked for you? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. All right. Anyways, love you all. Take care. And if you're watching this, don't forget to subscribe, because apparently that helps the whole algorithm of YouTube and everything else. So I'm pretty new here, but if you're watching this, please press the button.